Recording is in progress. Hello, everybody. Daryl Snyder, Fantasy Sports Logic, Tuesday, August 1st. Can you believe it? 8th month of 2023. NFL Hall of Fame game is Thursday, so NFL season rapidly approaching. I have on the screen share there Sportstopia. What is Sportstopia.io? It's where winning is everything. Not nothing, it's everything. You can see a little countdown clock. I had some meetings today. I think it's going to probably happen before the 57 days, but we shall see. A little about me page. You can come here, sportstopia.io. You see the partners, to read what we're about. See a lot of partners shaping up. Ballpark Pal, Neuro Tracker, Buyer Sports. There's some others. Drafters, yours truly, Fantasy Sports Logic, Driven to Win Entertainment, documentaries in the mix there, Fantasy Sports, the history of fantasy sports, the game within, lots of crazy, cool things happening there. I'd encourage you to go check it out. What happened? I talked about this yesterday a little bit. Let me get to the Fantasy Sports Logic site. This is our daily deeper dive video. Anyway, Sportstopia, as a player, there's a few things that are necessities. One, a platform to play on, obviously. There are some great ones, some long-standing ones, DraftKings, FanDuel, Underdog Prize Pick, Drafters, Sleeper Draft, Five, I think there's one out there. Probably a lot more I'm not recalling right now. If you want to be competitive, I would definitely recommend a tool, an optimizer. There are some great ones out there. I'm a little partial to the Contrarian Edge optimizer at Fantasy Sports Logic, something that I set out to create at the beginning of 2023. Here we are 8 months in, and I think I'm going to show you why. That's a pretty cool place to at least test drive for 7 days. For $1 with 7 player projection partners and our proprietary secret sauce feed. So you need a place to play, you need a tool, you need information, the latest and greatest fantasy sports information up to the minute with breaking news, right? All of us frequent different sites. Right now, there's a lot happening. Football, unfortunately, some injuries. There's a lot of best ball players, season-long players, right? You want to try to create your lineup in anticipation of what may happen. You got 5 weeks in there. We're in the middle. We're more than in the middle of MLB, right? I haven't turned on, I think, in 6 o'clock Eastern trade deadline. Verlander to the Astros, I heard. I haven't confirmed it, but I saw that pop up somewhere. So lots of trades will be happening. I'm a Giants fan. We'll see what they do, if anything. They picked up Pollock yesterday. He's on the IL. Has some versatility. We'll see. It wasn't a major move for them. I think they will be active in the market, as will a lot of teams. So tomorrow I'll be talking about what happened before the trade deadline. But you need a place to go. So Sportstopia will be our designated go-to. I brought together someone that headed up an insanely talented team. He's won a couple Emmy Awards, very versed on fantasy sports and gaming. So that site will, daily articles, daily videos across MLB, NBA, PGA, and NFL, and then other sports, late breaking news on whatever it may be relevant to the sporting world. Lots of other sports out there, as we all know, and some of us are fans of. And then it will also, we get a lot of requests with this optimizer about gambling, right? It's not legal here in California, but it is in certain parts of the country. The big three, still not. So there's a lot of upside, but whether you're playing DFS or player prop picks that are DFS, or actually wagering on who's going to win the game, what the score total is going to be, parlays, we will have that information at sportstopia.io. So stay tuned for that. And then there's even a television network in the mix that, you know, if you're like me on Sunday, I tend to tune into the major networks to see what the celebrities or former players are projecting as players to draft in your DFS. I tend to kind of go the opposite because I know millions of people are watching and I want to be a little different. Anyways, enough about that. What is today? I would stay tuned though. That's going to get more interesting to you as we go. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, I handed it around. I'm not going to talk about that today. This is our blog. It's free to access at fantasysportslogic.com. I posted today, Tuesday, August 1st, our daily deeper dive podcast in conjunction with Ballpark Pal, the charts that Aaron is so friendly to partner and give us every day. I go a little more in depth on these videos. He's also one of our 7-player projection feeds inside the optimizer that I'll skip over to after I've covered these charts. You can see he provides a daily home run report. Not a surprise, Aaron Judge, almost 30% projected to hit a home run today. This is Mondays. Where's Tuesdays? Hold on, I need to refresh. I did this yesterday. Do we have Tuesdays? That's Monday again. What am I doing? Where is Tuesdays? I know I saved it. Did I save it? Here it is. Tuesday. What did that say Monday for? Let me see if I can do this. Too funny. You can know we don't, these aren't live, right? Okay, let's go back. It was a blooper. A super blooper. There it is. Let's see. You did it. Tuesday. But I have Monday's home run report in there. And Monday, how did I get Monday? Monday. I gotta go back and do this. That's crazy. What did I have on the, I pulled all the Monday stuff up and not the Tuesday. No wonder it looked familiar. I was gonna say, Glasnow's pitched in 2 days in a row. I will, by the time you look at this, I'm not gonna end the video. I am going to update and pull all the, I could actually do it while we're on the, you know, never done this before. So let's get rid of this Monday. Let's see what happens. Okay. Daily home run report. I'm going to see if I can pull it in. I wasn't for sure. It's been a long day. I've been on some really important calls, as you can tell. I am thinking ahead. Where is yesterday? I don't see them. They were not uploaded. Okay, well, I can't do that. So, again, by the time I get to Phoenix, she'll be working. Oh, that was a song. I don't even know if that was right there. Let me get out of this. Let me go right to the optimizer and see, since I'm wasting everybody's time now. Where is our optimizer? Let's see. I guarantee the data will be here. Here we go. It's the main slate. It is the #1 projected pitcher, paperback Strider, I call him, for the Braves. Normally, huge strikeout. He's not been cheap. 12,500. That might be 100 down from where he was last time, facing those Angels with Ohtani, who was robbed of a home run last night. Lance Lynn, the second highest projected, picking on those Oakland A's. That makes sense. Looks like he's a Dodger, so Dodgers picked him up from the White Sox in one of those trade deadline deal. Zach Gallen, Giants lost the heartbreaker. They led 2-0 yesterday. Arizona scratched away for 2 in the 7th. Of the 8th, they scored a run in the 10th, and then the Diamondbacks scored in the 11th. Giants had a guy on third, 1 out, didn't get him in. So it's going to be a competitive series. You got Gallen against the strikeout-prone Giants. He's the third projected. Freddie Peralta, fourth, and then you'll see Leonardo Lopez of the Twins, Carlos Rodon, fourth or fifth start. I feel like he's coming into form, facing Tampa Bay. I don't like facing Tampa Bay, but Rodon does have strikeout upside. Justin Steele, a Cub against the Reds. I think the Reds are a little more potent from the left side with LA. He's a switch hitter, De La Cruz. You can see, so it shows the top pictures. Giants, Cobb, he scratched yesterday. They had a bullpen game, so it looks like he's scheduled to start today. 8,200. Anything else stick out there? Less expensive, 6,200 for the Pirates against Detroit. He's been off and on. Maybe not a bad play. You can see projected ownership, only 8, less than 9%. Position players. The number 1 position player tonight is, not surprisingly, in Colorado. They were playing after a couple-hour rain delay, and it wasn't as much offense. I think the over-under was 12, and maybe sitting around for a couple hours. It didn't really pop out. Maybe today's the day. If he's high ownership, he could easily get off for a couple home runs. Acuna is always awesome, or always an awesome play. Betts, Soto, so-and-so. But here's what we have: 7-player projection data providers, not just any 7. Ballpark Pal is one. We are the only one that he is partnered with currently inside of an optimizer. Baker, new this year, 10,000 simulations of any given game. Ballpark Pal 3,000. Frank at FTN data, not to be outdone, 40,000 simulation. RotoWire with Shannon, one of the longer standing fantasy platforms. Very reputable. Sport Radar, Dan Williams. Another great, they're all great. They've been around combined 100 years plus, right? Sports Data IO, they provide the legacy with the Baker. Staff perform with Corey. So what does this all mean? It means one place you can come. You can get all this data. You get 7 live feeds to see how they compare. Some of the zeros haven't filled in yet. They will. We update this thing every 30 minutes. You can see. Just updated not too long ago. Contrarian mode on, contrarian mode off, contrarian mode on. Kind of our special way to look at slates, trying to get you different. Some of those players outside of what you force in. I'm going to go stack today. It's 14-game slate. A lot high, 90+% of the time on a max. 150. Whether it's the $3, the $1, the 50 cent. I think they might even have quarters. 150 max. I know they have 50 cents, $1, 3, and 15. You play 150 max. If you're not stacking, I'm saying it's impossible. But one of the times, or most of the times, one of the teams today could be the Padres. I know they were probably one of the favorites yesterday. Braves were another. Astros have picked it up. You got correlation. So if they go out and score 10 runs or more, 9, 10, and you stack them, and you pair them with the right pitchers that don't go negative, you have an opportunity to do a little better than you would have. Auto is what we programmed in. You could go and stack any team, but this will do that for you. Get super diverse. I'm going to turn stack attack once this is done calculating here. 14 games. So there's a lot of different combinations that can be created. I'll tell you when it's ready, it's going to turn to orange over here. I turn stack attack mode on. I'll show you what that means. Means it's doing its thing. A lot of things to do. Again, 14 games. That's our proprietary plan, the FPO of the other 7. There we go. It's ready. Are you ready? Is the anticipation getting to you? Curiosity? What's it going to do, Derek? Yeah, I believe I didn't have those posted to the blog. Well, I did. I just posted yesterday's, which is good to absolutely know. There we go. It's in beta, so you might get one of those, but it did what it programmed to do. And look at the variety of pitching combinations with stacks. What's this stack? That is a Kansas City stack. For those of you, you would be getting different. You have Batty for Kansas City with Vogelback, a Met. Oh, wait a second. That's a Met stack with a Kansas City person in there. Sorry. But I would say Vogelback's a Met. You got 5 Mets, and I believe DJ Stewart is a Royal. Tatis is a Padre. So there's a nice stack of Mets. And then when you stack 5, you have 3 remaining spots. So you have DJ Stewart of Kansas City, Tatis, who was the highest projected, the out and found him, and then Danny Jansen for Toronto, and it matched you up with Strider and Lynn. Not a bad looking lineup. That's a blend of the 7. You'll say, well, I'm looking at it while you're rambling, and I only see 1, 2, 3, 4. You said 7 because you got a little arrow up here. It's a slider, and you can look at the remaining 3. RotoWire, Sport Radar. You see Strider, Lynn. But some mixture, right? Quintana, he's been, thought I heard the Mets have him on the trading block now that Verlander is an Astro. And then stats perform. There's my man Cobb for the Giants with, I mean, you want to get different? You start an age pitcher against the Dodgers at 5,400. We get you 15 points against the Dodgers at only 5,400. I will take that because look at the stat that you can align that with. You got the Padres, right? In Colorado, Profar, Tatis, Soto, Bogart, Machado. I mean, you got and Sanchez. I mean, that's like the meat of the meat of that lineup, right? So that's what it does, right? I mean, hey, $1.50, $3, $15 dart into a $3. It's either 10,000 on top if they put 100,000 in there, or it's 15 grand if they put 125. 14 games late, they might have put 125. They at least did 100. Let me look and see if it matters to you what they did. It's 100,000 on top, or 100,000 total, 10,000 on top. So that lineup there, you would be different. If Waldichuk is able to slice and dice his way through that Dodger, which staff performs, picking him at 15 points. If you said, man, I like that, I like the looks of that, how many different variations can I get from staff perform, which has been around since the 80s? You're going to play a max 20, max 150. Let's do 20. Let's see what happens. See what kind of diversity of variation it gives us. Doing its thing, working on it. I didn't set any diversity. You can see max exposure. I mean, I didn't set max exposure. You can see it's 100%. But look at the different lineups it's telling me. It threw that up into my CSV. I can click on that. That uploaded. I could pull that because I haven't set it on DraftKings. It gave me a Tampa Bay stack, Atlanta stack, Cincinnati stack, Toronto stack, Milwaukee stack, Texas stack, Dodgers stack, Yankee stack. Seattle stack, that Padres stack. I mean, how diverse do you want to get, right? My strategy, not saying it's the best, but it's what I set out to do for the users, is to get as much coverage, right? I'm just looking for one to hit pay dirt, right? And I'm looking to get different. Because if I'm the same as everybody, I'm either going to be not doing good like everybody, or I'm going to be with everybody, which, that's, you think that winning is a good feeling unless you're tied with a whole bunch of other people and you barely get back what you played. I've seen it in football, right? But to get different, right? Let's see what these lineups look like. All you have to do is close this. But lets me, oh, there we go. And it shows them to you, right? I know that Padres lineup's in there somewhere, but how diverse did I get with who, right? There's Quintana and there's another, I mean, you go 4,000 in that game with, must be the Padres pitcher. I don't recognize him, or maybe it's the Rockies. Must be the Rockies pitcher, San Diego at Colorado. Not sure who that is. He's only $4,000. Again, if he gets you 14 points in that Coors Field, that is going to get you different, and probably not. I mean, they load up on. Looks like the lineup is a stack of Brewers, right? You got Yelich, yeah, Weimer. You got Acuna as one of your 3 off stacks. Again, that's a great way to be. I wouldn't mind that. There's Jock Peterson with Acuna, with Padres stack, Freddie Peralta. See what the outcome was or ended up being, and that was the intention, right? I mean, you got Strider. You don't have anything of all the same, and some people. This is for entertainment purposes only. We guarantee nothing. I do have a disclaimer. Like, I'm just telling you the strategy. There's a process, and then there's data. This is the data. The process is, depending on. I mean, if you're doing a single lineup, you may want different strategy. Some mixture, right? Because if a team, if you're playing Padres and they don't click, you're not going to do well in a single lineup. If you play the Padres with a couple of different pitchers, which you're going to have to play cheap pitchers to get Padres in tonight, or even Atlanta, right? I mean, their salaries are just like crazy, especially Padres and Coors, but Atlanta, no matter where they play, right? Acuna is always 6,700. He's more than some of the pitchers. There's a Cubs stack with Horner, Nico Horner, Gomes, Hockman, who's played well leadoff. He's former Giant, cheap 3,200. Suzuki. You got a Guardian, Juan. You got a Oriole O'Hearn, and you've got a solid, one of the more solid Kansas City players, young and doing well, Bobby Witt Jr. So you can see there's a Boston. I mean, again, if I was playing 20, Darvish is in. Okay, so that must have been the Colorado pitcher up there. I mean, that's crazy. If you want to play him against Padres, if he miraculously shuts them down, you'll be ahead in 2 ways. You'll be ahead because I doubt it. I don't know what the percentage will play him. Probably less than. I mean, there'll be Rockies fans. So I would small percentage, single digits, probably. 1 or 2% maybe. And then a lot of people are going to be playing Padres. So if they don't click, then you're ahead in 2 ways. So not a bad way to be if you want to throw some darts. You get a strong Brewers lineup there against Houston or against Washington. I'm sorry. You got some diversity. So there's a Dodgers with Strider and that same pitcher. Again, you get different. Never a bad idea to have the Dodgers against the A's. All sorts of opportunities. So hopefully that made some sense to you. It's only $1 for 7 days. Check it out. We have some promotions that You try the CEO for $1 for 7 days. While the supply lasts, you'll get a free $20 entry into the drafters $2 million best ball tournament with $300,000 up top. No obligations other than trying to optimize it for 7 days. If you like the optimizer and you want to go forward, $29.97 a month with baseball, what will soon be baseball, football, what will eventually be baseball, football, NBA basketball, and some golf. If you like it and you want to take advantage of, well, and beta one time, one price, all sports, forever, for the rest of our lives as a company, which we plan on being here a very long time, $299.97. I think it's the best price on the planet, maybe in the galaxy, with 7 live player projection feeds and our proprietary blend in all the sports. It's all about value. If you want to deposit on Drafters and you go to drafters.com, I can show you this from yesterday. Crazy how I forgot that. Where is it? Right there. Even though it's yesterday's, not Tuesday. If you go to drafters.com and you use that code FSL100, double deposit, $100, you get a $100 credit. You can buy more best ball entries, or you can, they have a nice prop picks, DFS player props that they've added recently. And then they have your regular DFS contest with lots of new things coming. So hopefully this helped you. By the time you watch this video, because it'll be rendering over the next 30 minutes, I will have put the new charts on there that somehow I didn't, and you'll be able to see. I would greatly encourage you to check it out, because there's awesome information. So have a super spectacular, awesome, amazingly awesome Tuesday. Good luck to your team. Hopefully the trades work out for you. Go Giants. I'm going to do what a lot of people wish I would do earlier. I'm going to end this recording.